Hello and welcome back. We are here continuing our Krakow run, not our Austria run, here in Victoria 3, and we are trying to tear ourselves out from Austria xenomorph style, but we are having trouble. That was kind of the story of last episode. We tried to start a bunch of wars with Austria. None of them were really taking in terms of, the people joining on our side. We did have a chance of getting Great Britain, but Great Britain alone would not be enough. Although an interesting thing, somehow Great Britain got military access through, it seemed in that. So this seems to be a change that's pretty significant in 1.2 and is going to change kind of our strategy moving forward. We need to get at least one of these guys to be protective of us, i.e. Great Britain would be good. If we have one protective with us, we can go up to 100 barracks ourselves and do it. Or if we have two protecting us, we can do it just kind of off that. We are currently paying a lot in diplomatic pacts as we grow stronger and stronger inside their market, which we have over the past two episodes. So this episode, we're going to be decreasing the speed to speed 4 and trying and think of a way to get out of this. And the big problem here is we want to get out of their market. We want to stop paying. This Diplo Pact is really expensive, but there's not really a good way to get out of their market, unfortunately speaking. So this is, it's a bit of a problem. We are a puppet. Ain't no strings on me, except there are. And so this is, I don't know. We might want to rethink what our research queue looks like. We're currently going steel railway into Alanine, into electricity. We could try and push forward, and go breach floating artillery, and then somewhere in here try and get into trench warfare. We have a lot of tier 3 techs to go through though, and so I don't know how I feel about that. We did build the one barracks so that we could swap over PMs, so we are kind of dynamically ready to build up a large military, because once you have the PMs swapped, you can ramp up the size of the barracks by quite a lot, and this will not negatively affect you in terms of the PMs. Also, another thing we've been struggling with, and we've been struggling for quite some time, is the standard of living is going up really high, which is making government wages really expensive. And standard of living being high is a double-edged sword. Normally, it drives a ton of migration, but migration's significantly been nerfed in this patch. And so, even though we have this really high migration attraction, it's not resolving in terms of a lot of people coming here. Just look at this, our standard of living is 23.8, and we are inside Austria's market. Austria's average standard of living is 10. And we are still not siphoning off pops at a clip that is, in my mind, appropriate. And so, this is uncomfortable. But we're trying to get out. And we gotta pause, because our construction is a little bit bricked, or we don't have stuff that's currently being constructed. Because it is kind of easy to lose track of that. Let's see. I'm used to looking at the old interface, which was more transparent when it came to that sort of thing, but we're trying to go, now we are chasing the 51 bonus, so this will bring us up to, this will be 21, use 21, then another 15, so this will put us at 41, and it's going to use 21, we should be good on the infrastructure, and then we will add a railway, and then just add another 10, and this will get us to 51, and this is what we'll be doing. The reason we're trying to go all the way to 51 is we're trying to get the max economies of scale throughput bonus on the tools, and we are going to rely on the fact that Austria is going to export these tools in order to make them still profitable. Of course, softwood is getting expensive here, so we will probably try and see if we can import it. We are not expecting this place to reach full employment. We are expecting this to get really profitable over the course of this, but let's just take a look and see if we could import the wood. Now, I expect Austria will import the wood if we don't do anything, and so this is probably a decent look, but let's just take a look. We also don't want our people working as much in the wood stuff. Yeah, we could import some from Swiss. It's pretty productive. But I think Austria will resolve this themselves. We will just focus on the goods. And try and enrich our industrialists. Maybe trying to 51 this is a little bit of a reach, but I want to get the max throughput bonus. And then we're going to take off auto expand and not expand anymore there in terms of that. Okay, Great Britain is done with their war. Gonna be doing a lot of, like, cycling and checking attitudes. We really want them to not be cautious in Germany or Prussia. One of the problems is, yeah, they now have they've had an alliance with France for some time, which makes it, like, however much force we need more, but we do like the rivalry between Germany. Also, Russia's in there, too. So in some sense, we're probably pretty close. If we can get all of Russia, or just 2 of Russia and Germany, you know, and Great Britain being protective, Germany and Russia both having bad attitudes towards Austria, then we should be able to do it. Catholic Church got influential. That's not what we're looking for. Let's check up on our class, though. We have been trying to juggle the Industrialists, the Trade Unionists, and the Intelligentsia, keeping 2 powerful at once. Or we were last episode. It seems that we have come up off this for more consumption taxes, which also makes sense. Fair enough. We are trying to build more. This is one way to do it. We did finish a tech. What did we just finish? My brain, like, kind of just turns off sometimes. Might have been floating harbors. We only have 5 weeks left on this. Was it camera? Camera would also make sense. Let's take a look. And we're on photograph guard already. The Liberal Party is going to crush here. We're probably going to be sticking with the Liberals plus the Social Democratic Party for some time. And we get steel passenger cars. So we will be swapping over that to PM now. Let's do that. Which will be much more profitable. Ooh, we're going to lose some infrastructure here. So let's take a quick look how our infrastructure situation is. We're fine losing the infrastructure, but we're not fine running negative. So what we will do is we'll kick the railway to the top. We'll kick these to the bottom so they don't finish. And this way, the railways will be finishing first, and we'll delete a lot of these, I guess. And then we'll reevaluate when we get to it, but this means we'll be paying a whole lot less on the subsidy, you know, after switching to the steel railway cars. Also, I think, does it unlock the PM in the urban center? No, it doesn't. This is unlocked with something else. Combustion engine. Well, that's okay. These aren't very profitable or employable anyways, but we try. Let's take a look at what we're researching now. I believe, so we're researching aniline. Maybe we want to put aniline on the back burner and just fully go in on electrical generation. Also, actually, I think we want to just go feminism here instead. And then we will put electrical generation in the queue behind. And then maybe I'm kind of tempted to go breach, just for the better PM in the event that we do. Well, I don't think we're at a point where we can just build up like 40 units. Although we might have to delete construction centers to facilitate that. Man, our SOL is getting out of control here. And still the migration, very, very... We haven't gotten a mass migration event. It's just very, very, very flat. It's quite uncomfortable. Germany, let's just click on Austria and see how they feel. Yeah, they really, hopefully their attitude towards Russia gets worse and worse and worse, and Russia gets more likely to join. In January of 64, we will save and try and see if we can get a war off. Why are we paying so much? Our investment pool finally drained, so I think it might be time to delete a construction center. I don't think we can build through minus 21k. We're getting very little investment pool transfer, but maybe that's just, oh, these are not profitable. These suddenly got not profitable. So this is, we're kind of fine, but we have to figure out why these are not profitable. My guess is that well, we can export some of them ourselves, but only a little bit. It's not hyper productive. Also, Austria should export them at a certain point. What we will do though is, since they're not that profitable, we're gonna delete this one. Yeah, these are all almost finished, and we will get huge economies of scale throughput bonus. But we'll switch back to going up on this, and we can't switch to elastics. I wish we could, but we can't. really high on this. Paying decent amounts in taxes, everyone is. And services are cheap. Krakow, the Liberals win with Social Democratic Party getting second percentage of the votes. I'm guessing this is the most, yeah, this is the most legitimate setup we have, and we pretty much have all the laws we want. Although eventually we do want to swap over to universal suffrage. Maybe that eventually is now? I don't think so. I think we want to keep... Well, so here's the thing. We're currently on wealth voting. These people, our poor people are past the threshold for being able to do wealth voting, so we would be way more legitimate with universal suffrage, the difference being, for us, the 100 authority, which we kind of are making use of the authority in being able to put in more consumption taxes, but what we could do is we could raise taxes even more instead, but we can't really raise taxes too much, so I'm kind of inclined to hold on to the authority for now. Also, the Industrialists would be big sad about the way that would be shaking out. They would not be a fan of this. So, we can also go compulsory primary school, but this makes the Industrialists sad again. And, well, I mean, it's not terrible. I think we just wait. Yeah, I think we just chill. Standard of living is just cranking up. That's why we only have double-digit radicals anyways. It's important to emphasize here that each additional building up to the 51st one is more valuable than the previous one because the increase in economies of scale applies not only to the building but all the previous ones. So when we build this 29th building, we are going to add, it's going to be 129% of a building plus it's going to be 169% of the building, very nice. But it's also going to add an additional 29% by boosting all the 29 previous buildings before it by 1%. And this will be the case all the way up to the 51st building, after which each building will be effectively 1.5 times the building, plus the encourage manufacturing and industrial organizers bonus as well on top of that. So, yeah. We have to just be aware that, you know, the wages are starting to get really expensive here up in this bitch, and we do have to add more construction to the queue, but it's we're gonna have a hard time employing, so wages are gonna get pushed even higher. It's these are gonna have poor employment, which is fine. We're not going to be able to export, but we're relying on Austria to export. But we are experiencing some pain here. I don't know what the strategy is here. I guess these aren't even fully employing. I'm not sure what we're supposed to build here. Let's see, what is our infrastructure? We actually do need another railroad, because we're on the steel rail cars. It's fair enough. Why don't we kick you to the bottom? That is uncomfortable. We're about to hit next year. How much are we paying in the Diplo Pact? 16K, that's a pretty penny. A little bit in welfare payments, but people are just getting really good wages here anyways. So don't have to worry about that too much. Oh man, the migration is so nerfed. Which, by the way, I think is fine. I've complained about migration being overtuned for quite a bit of time now, so, you know, that they're nerfing it is fine with me, but it does make runs with these tiny little countries quite a bit harder. So, yeah, there's not much we can do there. And soon we're going to have difficulty employing on every building, pretty much. Because they just won't want to work for the wages, because the wages can only get pushed too high, so high. If you have some water, make sure to drink up. Yikes, man. I mean, we can start expanding the rural stuff, I guess. These are barely employable, though. I really hate that we can't delete them. But Yeah, I mean, I think we're just gonna wait. Let's take a look at the Diplo. We are in next year, so let's see who we can improve relations with. We can improve with the US and Brazil. We're gonna take a save. And we're gonna see if we can start a war. If we can start a war, I think we build up a little bit of military and then delete a couple construction centers. Maybe 20 units can do this. But I don't think we're gonna be able to get people on our side. We have to get quite a bit of people on our side. Nobody wants to join our side. Painful. Painful, painful, painful. We have to fight France and Austria ourselves if we are going to solo it, which I do think is basically impossible. Unless Austria revs, we could try and provoke a revolution in Australia, or Austria, by completely deleting, like, an entire industry to collapse their economy. So, for example, I considered making paper our main thing, and then just building it super high, and then deleting all the paper mills to make Austria's economy collapse. But this seems like too much of an all-in play, I think. I don't think it's worth voiding that much construction. You know, I don't think that's a tenable type of solution. I do think we're going to have to come off the construction a little bit here. Which is just too juiced up what's going on. So we'll come down. Which, of course, will free up people to be employed elsewhere, which is nice. The investment pool is completely drained. So, don't have to worry about that. And these buildings are having difficulty being profitable because they're having difficulty employing because the wages are so expensive here. So, this will be, I think, good for us overall. To delete a construction center here. Maybe even a second construction center. Not out of the question. Really want to get out of Austria's market here, though. Unfortunate, we also have, like, nothing we can really do. We can't declare any type of war other than independence because we are a puppet. Otherwise, you know, it'd be great if we could take some of this Polish land back from either Germany or Russia, but we can't do any of that because we are a puppet. Just that island of green. Yeah. Coal mine's fully employed. That's cool, I guess. But yeah, just buildings. I mean, this is profitable. I guess we'll put you on auto expand. I don't know what to do. These are also really profitable. So this is 6 buildings, so that's going to take 18 infrastructure. That's going to put us up to 201, so we will need to put another railway in. Oh, we can click this on auto expand, I forgot. We're going to need to put another railroad right here. I guess we'll put this at the bottom and then kick the glassworks up, because we know the glassworks going to be pretty good. Yikes. How much are we paying for military wages here? 500. And another 600 just to maintain our, like, lock-in of these PMs. Ammo's really cheap, though. Still just cautious, amicable. We do have protective from the UK. United States is also protective now. Which is a bit of an interesting one. I don't think the United States will be much help, though, for us. Definitely have a hard time employing. We need labor-saving PMs. Let's look in the queue, see if we can go that route, kind of, on anything. So Steam Donkey would be okay. Because we can use it for our mines, of which we actually have a decent amount. So we'll put Steam Donkey in the queue. This will be nice for the throughput, but then I guess we go electricity. Kind of keen on getting in on electrical railways. What do we need for central archives? It needs to be level 10. That's not happening anytime soon. We're about to default, so we have to take a pause and reconsider some things. Like our life choices. Oh, we did not mean to... When did we level 8 the barracks? This is not what... Oh, wait. It's not our territory. We did not level 8 the barracks. We will decrease this. And we might decrease it again. I'm just going to give it a tick and let employment figure out. Yeah, we're going to decrease it again, or we're going to increase taxes. Let's increase taxes. That doesn't knock us down a notch. Of course, the taxes will give us like 1k, and then it'll decrease as we get a smaller investment pool transfer off the back of that, but that's okay. Apparently it's not okay. Okay, we will... So the investment pool growing. No, and construction goods are quite expensive now, so we will, again, delete another construction center. Our buildings are kind of all, like, getting to the point where they can't employ anyways, so the fact that we're doing this doesn't seem like the worst. Is returning people into these buildings to work. And I guess we'll sit with this and decrease that quite a bit for now. It's very, very uncomfortable. And I do want to try and get this deficit down quite a bit here. Oh, looks like our guy died, which made this guy less happy. So now I think we actually want to pass a law that's going to piss off the industrialists just to make these guys happy. So let's go into it and try and pass compulsory primary school, which of course will make the trade unionists happy. We care more about the trade unionist bonus than the industrialist bonus, but we're actually going to keep both bonuses for now. Definitely want to be on both the bonuses, and we got to just kind of keep an eye on all these. We do have good relations with pretty much everyone we can. Guess we'll send to Brazil. I don't know. They're not going to help us, but we'll send anyways. Trade center is fully employed. It's going to increase level. Great. Man. Oh, it's just so problematic. We just, like, we're not getting enough migration. Like, plus 34k, it's not enough. And we have such a high attraction number, you know? Plus 125% on top of us having by far the highest SOL in the game right now. You know? No mass migration events have happened yet. Which those would help out a lot. Like half our pops are loyalists. The loyalists are decreasing, which is a bit unfortunate. I think that's what provoked the trade unionists getting less powerful. Kind of want the industrialists to be more powerful, but we don't want to bring off the consumption taxes. So, it is what it is. Really just going to try and keep these two powerful and happy as best we can. Making the petite bourgeoisie happy would also be good because we'd get minus on the loan interest rate, which I think we're paying quite a bit on interest, but really the thing that's killing us is the diplomatic pact, just paying 20k into Austria. And this is juicing Austria up over time, so Austria is just going to get stronger and stronger, and it's going to get harder and harder for us. Another year passes, and we're going to try this again. Just going to see who we can sway, and it's freaking nobody again. Are starting to make some money. The investment pool is not growing, which means we're pretty okay just running this 3k plus. This negative authority is pretty uncomfortable. We might have gotten a new leader. I guess decreasing this, we'll lose out on 3k, and then we can get rid of this, and it's kind of a wash. Except the Intelligentsia and the deep bourgeoisie lose approval ratings, so I guess we'll stay on this. This is getting negative opposition approval. So that's going to cause us to lose this industrialist bonus soon here. It's a little unfortunate. Oh, man, it's just so difficult right here. We are going to be up to 201, so we can build one more building. I really want to get the max throughput bonus on this. But Austria needs to build more tools or whatever. Guess we'll go railway. Oh, we have a railway in construction? Alright, perfect. We'll kick it to the bottom because we won't need it until we finish all these others. Hopefully we don't get hosed by the Arts Academy. Oh, the investment pool doesn't cover it, but we're paying for a lot of the construction goods ourselves. Can we make the construction goods, some of them cheaper or something? I mean, we already looked at that before. What about boom booms? There is a trade agreement with the French market, if I'm not mistaken. But it's not our trade agreement. Let's see if it costs us. It does cost us a little bureaucracy to run that. The bigger thing, though, is the employees that have to run it in terms of here. We'll just take the sure shot. Not too profitable. Dyes are expensive. I wish we could get dyes cheaper. It's not really a way for us to do that. That is a major input for us here. That is a reason to go aniline, or what have you, in the production tech, which we were thinking of doing, but we pulled off of to try and go after stuff that decreases the amount of workers or the labor saving PMs. Because with an SOL this high and wages this high, an labor saving is going to be really useful. Yeah, we just can't. It seems like the line looks fairly linear, so I guess it's just capped. You know, you can only grow at a certain speed through migration. Our pop growth, we're getting like 1k through regular growth and 17k through migration, but this is not enough. People just arrive and get employed instantly. Just gotta keep an eye on these people. Protective. Really wish. Here, I don't think we can declare interest, but let's just take a look. Yeah, so we can't get an interest on top of Italy. Really. Let's declare it in Germany. I don't think this does anything, but. This building's really profitable. Maybe we just do more arts academies. I don't know. The building has to be level 5? That was the problem? Alright, we're gonna build one of those. And, I don't know, glass maybe? Really want to try and push this economies of scale though. I know it's gonna be, the thing is this additional one will make the previous 36 1% better as well. I think we have we have plenty of infrastructure for all this. So we will do that. So it'll be 41. Pretty significant. We are decreasing the credit line For now. No one's offered to take our debt, which is a little bit annoying. Genial and protective. I don't think, I mean, I think France joins against us. We could watch to see if France gets a weird sort of war, or if Austria gets a weird war, which is going to help us out, but Austria is not going to rev when we're inside them, making their economy all nice and stable and stuff. So we got to figure out a different sort of plan on that front. We don't want the Catholic Church to gain clout. Credit where credit's due. Probably going to credit the Industrialists here. Would like them to become powerful again. Probably not going to happen. Just happy enough to have the trade unions powerful. Like, if we're going to have one powerful, much rather it be the trade unions. So, it's getting close to that time of year again. The start of the year where we try and do this war with Austria. And it's not going to work, of course. But I feel like we just have to keep trying. Feminism will be really big if we can get women in the workplace and the other law. Suffrage. Probably just go straight for suffrage. Really tough. We can't, like... These buildings just aren't very profitable because the labor is so expensive. And we can't make the labor cheaper. Everyone gets to vote in our country with wealth voting. Oh, it's so hard to fix. Annual migration is only 2.5%, you know? God, that's so uncomfortable. I mean, I guess we could try and... We could do this. It's not nothing. Alright, we get the events. Tech spread for society. Migration attraction. Might have to do that one. I think we're gonna... Well... No, we're gonna take the tech, but we're gonna really feel like maybe we should take the migration. We already have a bunch of really good migration modifiers. It's just we are stacking these migration modifiers too, and we're still only getting a little bit. We have 125% increase, so we have 57, which is probably the highest in the game right now. We're starting to accumulate a little bit of a surplus here. So let's take a look. How much is our military costing with one barracks? Around 700. So we could go to a level 10 barracks. Not too uncomfortably. We have 4 buildings coming up. And another 3 of those. Really trying to push the throughput from economies of scale. Really hoping that he's actually exporting these. He being Austria. Current buy orders, 3.5k are just getting exported out. So, they are getting exported. Child labor. Cool. We'll decrease this just a tad. We don't really have much turmoil or radicalism. And I think we are increasing these other ones by various levels, that this is kind of what we want. We have another 7 buildings. That's going to be 21 infrastructure. So then we'll go another railroad. And then after that railroad, we will go... This will be 44? 46? 51. Oh, God. Alright, we're going to save and try and declare war. See if we can get some help. I think that maybe this is just a mulligan run. Like, we just, like, we're really not getting... Like, this France plus Austria block is, like, is a special kind of, like, a lot to go through. And the Netherlands, too. I just don't know how we're gonna do it. Like, we can't build up a large enough military. Maybe it's, once we get trench, we have to start working our way towards trench after this stuff. So let's take a look at what things look like. Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3. Mutual funds is kind of nice, I guess. We're going to turn it on, but it's not going to do too much. That does a little bit, actually. When buildings cannot fully employ, it's actually nice. It's nice on rural buildings, and buildings that cannot fully employ are the ones where it's nice. We don't have much rural buildings, specifically like the crop stuff. We just have the 2 buildings, so that's why we weren't focusing it on terms of our research. But should help the investment pool transfer a little bit. The thing is like our labor is so expensive that our industrialists are very, very weak and poor. Because the labor is so expensive. Standard of living so high. Double-digit radicals, though. I guess that's something. A lot of these are going to finish. We'll increase the throughput bonus, but, I mean, not much to be done. Plus 55% productivity compared to the actual average tooling workshop. We have feminism. Big ups to us. Steam Donkey is a labor-saving one, so that'll be important. I guess maybe we can go university. This will increase our research speed. I don't know. Like, I don't know what we should be doing here. Put one of these at the front of the queue, too. Because we're starting to make some money, and I don't think the construction's really going to help out as much as maybe getting faster research. Because 3 years, I think, that's the slowest it can go. These improved ferts will come to us naturally. But we're not very close to tier 4s in here. I don't know. We're starting to make some money. We are just paying so much for this Diplo Pact, you know? Quite a bit on interest. The interest is decreasing, but the Diplo Pact's really crushing us. And they're just still cautious, and we really need them to be protective. France is protective. We're going to take a save and see if we can do something. Maybe France... Nope. France stays strong and we can't get anyone else. If we could get... Oh, man. I don't know what to do. Trying to break free. We'd be so strong if we could break free. Especially taking the rest of the state as well. You know, that's a lot of pop. That would be very nice for us to have. Well, yeah, we're going to stop auto-expanding as well. And we're going to try and 51 the textile mills after. As best we can. These aren't even employing... Man. Alright, well, we get to swap a few PMs here, I guess. We actually want to keep this on privately owned, but it's one of the few that we do. Same with the motor industries. Even if we could switch them, we wouldn't want to. Oh, let's go philosophy department. Hopefully speed up this tech a little bit. We do have really high literacy, but we aren't generating a lot, you know, with our unis. Or the literacy gives us a higher cap, but it doesn't give us a faster research. So we actually have to build the unis, but yeah, it is what it is. This is starting to come down, which means our migration is kind of working a little bit. Trade unionist thing activates, or deactivates, and the liberal, these guys activates. So I think we will want to pass a law that the trade unionists like at a +5 basis, and the other guys, the industrialists, dislike, because it's kind of the way things go. We can go to wage subsidies. They +5 like it. They -10 dislike it is the problem. Could add in migration controls, but I'm not 100% sure that's not bugged, so the idea being, since we're not discriminating anyways, migration controls don't really do anything negative to us. Guess maybe we sit for now. These guys -5 like proportional. These guys +5 like it. Proportional is not insane. The thing is I think it increases our revenue, which increases the amount we have to pay out. But proportional long term is not terrible. It's like I mean, I really want to. I really don't want to lose the trade unionist bonus. It's really important. And I guess our kingdom for some feminists up in this bitch. The trade union is very strong because the average worker is getting paid so much, which is really causing us quite a lot of pain. It's gonna really hurt when we build a military. I'm not sure how we get out at this point either. See, this might be the type of run where you have to take a lot of restarts and you probably try and get independence really early. I think this is the case with, you know, the native territories, and so maybe we're at a spot where we should just reconsider, or we should consider restarting the run. Because Austria is getting progressively more and more juiced up on our backs. Like, we are helping them out to get really strong. I mean, we're getting strong too. We just really need, like, more population. Look how tall we're built. We increased education to 5. People are hyper-literate. Trying to increase health system to increase, you know, pop growth a little bit. Overall, to decrease mortality. I don't know. Yeah, just can't employ. Everywhere, not enough labor. Do get an election. Looks like the Social Democratic Party is going to sweep here. Because now we were on wealth voting, but the trade unionist laborers are all just wealthy enough to vote. That's unfortunate because I think this guy is not as good as yeah, this guy is not as good as this guy in terms of leading the country. It's a bit unfortunate. The other guy gave us a ton of authority. We're gonna be coming back off that. I guess maybe we delete this tax for now. The Malice is kind of big on approval, so that's wild that the Liberal Party is going to lose to the Social Democratic Party here. Man, this nurture migration though is unreal. I just still like I can't. I mean, we can take a look and see. Yeah. We're just not getting multiple protectives. The problem with the French protective is they have an alliance with Austria. And we really need them to, like, not have an alliance with Austria. Steam Donkey's gonna be nice, though. I think this doesn't do anything in the short run. Steam Donkey does, though. I think maybe then we go breech loaders. And start getting closer and closer to trench. Because we don't have to take territory, we can just hold ground. We'll take this, I guess. The minimum expected standard of living is irrelevant because we have such a high SOL from such high wages. Oh, triple digit radicals, look out. Pure terror. We are making quite a bit of money, but the construction just... Our places can't really employ that well anyways, so juicing them up a ton is not... I want to start getting to a point where we have some money to work with so that we can, you know, build 50 barracks and, like, actually not go bankrupt doing it. Alright, the reform is pretty good. This is the most legitimate setup we could do. We could decrease taxes here, though. I kind of don't hate that. And this number should go up, like, into the positive a little bit, because investment pool transfer ought to kick up as these guys are paying less in taxes. But we'll see how that shakes out. And what that will do is that will put us into a legitimate government tier. Of course, we are running negative this. It's not breaking any bonuses. We have the Petite Bourgeoisie bonus, which is quite nice. We'll want to try and maintain that. Throughput bonus is approaching the cap, or the cap for us of 90%. Of course, they are continuing to export, which is why these things are able to maintain profitability. But, yeah. We could force export some of these ourselves. We'd rather that they do the exports, though. France, full-on puppets. Netherlands, or they're just Netherlands is a puppet of France? No, Netherlands is in the market. Can't you guys have just like a falling out? This alliance just might be too much to get through. Especially without Germany, or really the big problem is this cautious attitude, and there's nothing we can do about it because we already like improved relations with these guys. We can't improve relations. Ooh, Italy now has an interest in the area, so maybe there will be something we can do. They're just cooperative, but if we can get them up and get them protective, you know, this will be another person who could potentially join for us. Finally, we get Steam Donkey. Hallelujah. This is really great because it is a labor-saving PM. Labor-saving PMs are really, really good when labor is really, really expensive. We can go in here and we go Steam Donkey, which is going to use 13k less laborers. That, as a percentage of our workforce, is quite large. You know, we have 350k employed, so 13k, it's not nothing to sneeze at. It's really closer to 15k when you include these. So that they'll go find jobs elsewhere. They, of course, are big sad because they just got fired, but they'll go work elsewhere instead. So that is fantastic for us. It's those little things that count. I don't think we can afford to keep going for this. Actually, yeah, we're just going to take another tick, I guess. But then we're going to restart if this last tick doesn't go well. Actually, let's just reset. Oh, we do have to be passing a law that the trade unionists like. That's unfortunate. Shoot. Problem is the industrialists really don't like this one, and the trade unionists just kind of like it. But I still might do it. Regulatory bodies is a little bit better. I think I'll go regulatory bodies. We actually kind of like regulatory bodies. It does -10, the industrialists, but this is fine. Much rather have the trade unionist bonus. We're going for breech floating artillery. We're going to be kind of looking for a spot once we get that. And once we get Italy up to high relations, because they can help us against... If we can get 2, maybe we can do something against Austria, France. Quickly approaching this max throughput bonus, though. This is going to be big. The last few are the most valuable. Man, who's the #1 producer of tools? That's so wild that it's not us. We are the #1 producer of tools. Okay. I was like, why is it just Austria is the #5 on top of us being the #1? Probably gonna have to decrease wages, increase taxes in order to fund a war when it comes time. God, the standard of living is still so high. I mean, we could just increase taxes just to make more money. Because we have plenty of loyal... Well, this is starting to increase... No, it's going back down. We have plenty of loyalists. We don't necessarily need to stay on legitimate. Just the... We're really liking it for the bonuses, but these guys are 11. I think we got some wiggle room. We're just going to try and create a bit more of a buffer for when it's time to turn up the heat. We're still looking around. You know, if we can't get free soon, it might be time for a restart. I'm kind of just waiting to get these guys to positive, I think. They are rivaling Russia and Germany. It's surprising that Russia and Germany do not want to help us out. Surprising to me, at least. Alright, let's take a look at our infrastructure, where we're at. We can afford 26 more. And we have in the queue, I forget how much unis there are. I think they're 2, so this is 14 more. So we can... Another 12? Well, these are super profitable, so let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. We get regulatory bodies, that's pretty cool. Now we can sit on this for a while and have, you know, the plus 14 loyalty for the bonus. The big bonus too, because they are powerful. Might want to increase regulatory bodies. Don't have the bureaucratic administration for it, so let's take a look. We'll put one in the back of the queue, I guess. And a railroad after that. Man. This has been a very similar story to last episode. We're just trying to get something, and we just like grasping at straws. They're cooperative. We're improving relations. Wish this was mountainous terrain or something too, but it's not. We are getting a very nice, we're digging out of this debt though, so this is nice. This is something that's productive because we're gonna require an enormous amount of funds for, reasons. No, for, I guess we'll do this. We're gonna require a ton of funds when we turn a corner and kind of build up a huge military out of nowhere. Which we might be doing after we get breach loading artillery swapped over successfully. How much conscripts do we have? Our cap is like 50, but they'll be greatly increased by various factors. So I think we might do these over to skirmish and such as well. We can put in enlistment efforts, which will greatly increase the number of conscripts. And so, you know, if we want to try and fight this war ourselves, and we can get Great Britain, Russia, Germany, and Italy can all side with us. I guess we have to be aware of kind of like the matrix. Like if Italy doesn't like... Well, Italy doesn't like France, so Italy might join because they don't like France. UK might join... Man, it really sucks that these guys have been cautious this whole time with the amicable relationships. There's nothing we can do to try and improve relationships other than, like, bankroll them if we could. Or, I mean, we could bankroll them. It's gonna cost 52k? I mean, maybe we could. That just seems so derpy. I don't think that's... Yeah. I don't think that's the solution. I don't think that's the truth. About to get to the 90% throughput bonus. Very, very big. It's not the... the earnings are huge, but the wages, quite a lot. Yeah, this has been, like, very linear looking, despite us having a huge SOL. Like, our kingdom to just integrate Western Galicia will just be so much stronger. Just gonna take a pause and see if we can do this again. Oh god, this is just such a struggle here. It's so much worse than last patch, because the migration is a lot rougher. Netherlands abandons, so that's something, I guess. I mean, we're gonna go all the way through to see if... Breach loading artillery, I think, causes a lot of devastation as well, which kind of sucks for us. I'm gonna finish another uni, which is gonna be kind of expensive. Kind of important though. Well, it really doesn't give that much innovation. Maybe these were a mistake. I don't know. They do get throughput bonus, but it takes up labor. Yeah, it's probably a mistake. We'll just keep it for now though, but I guess we'll probably delete these unis when we go into our military. I mean, for now, it's going to help the tech speed by quite a bit, because our innovation is going to go up to, like, 5.56-ish, instead of just 50, which is like a 10% gain. That's not small. But it's a sharp decrease in our surplus that we're running. I guess maybe we go hand crank machine gun next. Not gonna have time to do mass conscription. And so the question is do we want to like make a bit of a push for trench warfare or something? I don't know. I think that if we can't get this In the near future, it might be just the case that we want to do restart. So we're gonna do this. Not that there's anything, like, especially wrong with, like, what we've done, I think, up until now, other than we just, like, haven't gotten a single spot where, you know, multiple of these powers that need to support us are supporting us, and in particular, France having an alliance with Austria and just being super caked up is also a bit of a problem. We are suddenly making a bunch of money. I think that might be on the back of the tools, getting max throughput bonus a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe overestimating that a little bit. These are profitable and fully employed, so I guess we'll up that. Up to 1 million pops. Woo! Only took forever. That is a godsend. Big deal. Now we're running 100% throughput bonus. So, it's a big deal. Really expensive labor is preventing that from getting employed. Oh, man. Well, these guys are cordial. Gonna take a save, I guess. We can sway someone. It's Italy. Maybe we'll just try and do something real quick. We don't even have the tech yet, but let's just take a look at if this is, like, kind of possible. This is gonna shoot up the price of labor to, like, infinity and beyond. We needed the expert defensive strategist. This guy is an absolute Chad. Really want to conquer the state might be too much of an ask, but mainly, ooh, now we can sway another person. Except it, wait, what? I hate that. A little buggy. They must have been a yes. We're gonna load. They must have been a yes before we added the demand. Must have been what it was. The infamy game. Is that what it is? Let's offer an obligation and then see if just having the obligation. Now I wonder if they leave us if we add now the state. We could just go after war reparations. We have to pause and think. Alright, oh my god, we're gonna have to get rid of two consumption taxes in order to encourage the conscripts. Actually, the conscripts are worthless because we don't have them on good PMs. We could just go for war reps. I'm gonna save here. This is so close to being good. I really want to conquer the state more than anything. Let's see if we can get West Galicia without the UK leaving. They haven't left yet. This might be it. Somehow the UK can get to this front, which I don't understand. This is big, if this goes through. Oh wait, we have to defend this front. Just kidding. Might need even more barracks here. We're gonna delete these construction centers after all the barracks is finished. Alright, they all leave this front somehow? So we're gonna advance on it and try and gain some ground. And we're gonna slow everything down. I think we do have to micromanage this very closely. But we are gonna have, like, the war goal. And then maybe we can dig in and hold. In the meantime, I think we're gonna swap over the PMs of our conscripts. For whatever reason, they're not defending the fronts properly. Of course, our boyos are the same, not doing anything. We're gonna try and take one offensive battle before they get here and then switch to defensive. Yeah, this is not gonna work. We're gonna switch defensive. Recruiting is a bit of a problem. Italy and UK, very underprepared. But we do have 100% of war goals, so we just have to defend. I mean, easier said than done. I think we're gonna mobilize the conscripts. Actually, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna drop, I think we have a couple edicts here that we can drop. Let's stop green and grass campaigns. And let's get rid of 2 of these taxes. Or 1 of these taxes. And in its stead, we're gonna put in enlistment efforts. And, ooh, we could actually do another. We can do green and grass campaigns. I didn't realize we had the thing that makes edicts cheaper, which is nice. Big nice. And now when we conscript, it should be much bigger. Or I think we can wait for next Monday for these conscription centers. Suddenly they left the front, which really works for us. We still have this battle going on that we're probably going to lose, but somehow they're not on the front for that. Not sure how that works. Are we still paying the Diplo? Yeah, I really hate that you pay the Diplomatic Pact when you're going to war for... But now, look, we went from 5 to 34. Big happy on that. So now we're going to activate the conscripts. Their PMs aren't going to be the best, but there are going to be a lot of them. Or they will not be fully wound up from... also take them a little while. But they are going to get caked up, which of course will collapse our economy because they all come from our economy. But this is okay, I guess. We're still in the same battle. We might switch to defending. We are slowly enforcing on them. But, yeah, we're going to switch to defensive. In any rate. Okay. Because we have the war goal. We don't need to keep pushing. And our guy is really good at defending. Ostensibly. It's taking forever, but this is fine with us because it means we're getting more and more ticks on him. I do want to swap him to defending, I think. Italy, are you okay? Man, Italy's getting smashed. UK coming up nowhere in this fight. But our guy has gotten much bigger in terms of his force. You know, he was at 6 at the start of the battle, and just recruitment and such has brought him up to 15. Once he finishes the battle, it's taking forever to finish. Very, very, very tense. Oh my god, somehow he's just getting fed more and more troops from the conscription. Which is, like, perfect because it's, like, locking us into this infinite front, right? So they can't push us if we just keep recruiting more troops into this, like, every Monday. Right? And they're just kill, 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 recruit. Kill, 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 recruit. Kill, 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 recruit. Alright. We're gonna switch to defending now. Oh, wait, there's no one there? Why is there no one there? How long till we get to the front? Wild. We just get a free push off here. Despite the fact that we should be getting crushed in this. Looks like we're going to get another free push off. And our guy is actually quite a bit stronger now that he's got, you know, all these guys with him. I will switch to defense as soon as someone arrives, but until then I'll just push into them. I think that's their capital. Oh, I think I could have designated that the strategic objective. Yeah, there we go. And I think we switched to defending front now. So we're not going to be able to push into that much bigger an army. If they zero everyone off this, though, we'll try and push. Looks like they have 300 coming in. All we have to do is hold. Everyone's going to capitulate, of our allies at least. We just have to dig in. Try not to get pushed. We have 54 defense here. Big unit. Charted terrain versus logistics. Now this is where the buffer starts coming into play. So we don't get absolutely hosed by money reasons. A little disappointed to not see us doing better here. I guess mud is... Yeah. Extra army defense is okay, but just can't quite swing it despite having kind of a bit of an advantage on the front. Kind of operating all the same PMs, but our conscripts are not very well equipped. Of course, the next battle we will have 8 more battalions, and progressively more and more, as our recruitment efforts. Also, if we take a look, I think currently our Krakow, we have pretty significant penalties. Primary equipment adjustment as well as secondary, and so this is decaying, but once it decays all the way, we'll be in much better shape. And we just have to survive. We have war goals, we just have to hold on and decay them out. Of course, we do have to hold on. And then we'll have the whole situation of our economy will be absolutely trashed. So why don't we, in the queue, maybe try and focus on... Well, let's see what this is about. We have the radical petite bourgeoisie. Well, I'm fine with the Intelligentsia dying. Yeah, he dies. And instead we get a moderate. That's fine with us. I prefer to moderate. Yeah. Italy gets enforced on, unfortunately. They are going to take... Hopefully they don't take too much dirt from us. We got quite a bit, so this might be... they're losing -2, and we're losing -2. So they're going to decay faster, but we can't be decayed below 0, I don't think. Our general died. That is not what we wanted. Okay, so we want someone who's defensive. While they fight against ghost troops. Hopefully he go to the front in just a second. He's a feminist, which is nice. I guess we'll promote him. We would love to have him. Charismatic feminist with defensive strategies. Yeah, it's fine by me. We cannot go... Yeah, no feminists in government yet, though. Starting to lose a lot of money very, very quickly here. Yeah, not paying for the barracks is... I think we'll delete these last few barracks. I don't think they're going to make a difference in this war. And instead... I think we want maybe a bunch of rye farms to try and balance things out. Not really sure. We want rye farms. Let's see, what do we have nothing of? Let's go food industries and furniture then. Put them on auto expand. Go. This guy should be able to... The question is, can we speed bump them enough? I don't think there's anything we could do to micromanage too much better. We'll just take the increased mortality. This is not good. They took a ton of territory in one swoop. We will maybe be able to... We'll see what the battle looks like. We have better defense, but we have way fewer guys. So this is going to be a big potential hold or lack thereof. We have dug in, which I think is going to be good, but they just have so many more guys. Yeah. Gonna get pushed back again. Come on. 5x is not insurmountable. He is up to 44 now, though, for the next one. So he's starting to get close to where we need to be. Hopefully this is like, he keeps getting replenished on the Monday, and we just stall a bit longer. And it's still, hopefully they just take a chunk of this, and we still have enough to continue to decay them into the war goal. We'll actually swap over there on our, specifically on these guys. Because look, let's take a look actually. Because it gives less of a penalty for secondary equipment adjustment. So if we go shrapnel artillery. On them. They're already running a negative. Somehow they got dissociated from the proper front. Nope. Okay, they're still attached. This is the only front. Oh, did we get occupied here? We got occupied. So that's that. That war for independence was tense. That's unfortunate. I think that we're going to come back next episode and try and prep for that a little bit. You know, actually finish the text first and then declare the war. After we swap over the PMs, specifically on both the area we're conscripting from, as well as, you know, the military barracks. I don't think we'll need too many primary military barracks, and we'll rely mostly on conscripts, since both decrease the amount of labor we can access anyways. But yeah, this will be an episode for now. Hopefully we'll try and be able to make something happen next episode. But if not, if the timing on, you know, what is this? The breech loading artillery, if that's no good, I think we will be restarting the run. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and have a good one.